Hi, Elie. How you doing? Nice to meet you too. You do two kisses? You do two kisses or just one?
I don't know. Here they do three.
Oh, three?
They do one.
I'm Eli. Wait. I'm Eli. I'm a visual artist. My work focuses on painting, drawing, and mixed media. I think there always had to be a sort of expression or something that had to be expressed and that I couldn't communicate in a way that either I could use words for it or other people would understand what I was trying to say. So a lot of the times I feel like a visualization of something can help everyone to understand or feel what is meant. Since I learned a lot about graphic design, I have a few clients for corporate designs, web designs, and other stuff like that. But I also still get support from my family, and I also sell my paintings. When I was young, I always thought changing the world would be something very cool and nice, but when you grow up, you notice that that is sort of impossible. But I still do think that even if I can only change one person's mind or maybe even make them think a little different, then that's worth it, and I guess that's my goal. I guess for most artists, it's first of all themselves. It's just because most, at least artists that I know, have a lot of self-criticism and are very perfectionistic. And so I think that is an issue that everyone has, and it's important for artists to not let that get in your way and just to keep doing. And that's why in some sort of I see art just like Jonathan Mises says, as metabolism. And it's just like a painting is just something you do, and you just keep doing the way you live and the way you breathe and the way you eat. And on the other side, I still do think that art is a big industry, and I think the institutions or galleries and all the other stuff it's a very intransparent market, and I think for young artists that makes it very hard unless you have very good connections or rich background. Well, mixed media allows me to take something out of a different world and put it into a new context by writing a new sentence to it, or taking two things and putting it into one. And that can be a very powerful and direct message, and by that I hope to evoke some new thoughts. I wouldn't say laughing at society. I just don't think that's very helpful, but in some sort of, it is maybe a representation or a mirror to society, and I would hope that some people would see maybe behind some of the shells that we live in and those labels that we have, because I think there's much more about a person than their label and what they identify with or other things. Obviously, because I'm young, I'm still thinking about my own identity and what I am and who I am and what I want to do. And I do think that experimenting with that and being open with identity and sexuality maybe and gender and all the other things that come with it can not just help your life, but can help you see things differently and have better relationships. Not just men with each other, but in general, and there's much more to identity than that, but I do hope that some people start realizing that, yeah, there's different things than the labels that they see, or this black and white world that they live in. Well, there's the obvious things like sexuality and gender and the third gender and other things, but some people identify with their home country or they're proud of it, and that's fine for me, but it's not my thing, because I don't see what I've done for this country unless being born in this country. So well, injustice is always something that inspires me, and I've grown up in a group of 4 sisters, so it's no wonder that I know a lot about sexism and inequality, and I think that's always something that will fuel me with energy. Yeah. Okay. So this is from the Sometimes series. This is a piece about obviously missing someone and trying to capture the feeling and the emptiness and the coldness of missing someone very close to you, can be a lost love or a family member or a good friend, and I think that was the idea behind it. I probably don't, but I look at them for a long time, and for me it's sort of not just a documentation, but it's also an emotional process, so I try to get these emotions out too, and when I see them I see how they feel, and I think it's good getting these emotions out the same way I do it and the same way they do it.